Thank you, Rima. Congratulations, Roche. All right, now please turn your attention to the screen because we're starting a new era in Arizona, and this video is going to tell you a little bit about it.
In 2002, Arizona set out on a bold mission to become a national leader in the biosciences. With vision, collaboration, and commitment, the state launched its first bioscience roadmap, commissioned by the Flynn Foundation, a blueprint for innovation, economic growth, and impact. More than 2 decades later, Arizona's bioscience sector has grown dramatically, transforming our economy and improving healthcare in the state and beyond. Today, we build on that momentum with the next generation of our roadmap, refined, re-energized, and ready for the future. With statewide input from Tucson to Flagstaff, we've established 5 bold goals. Amplify the collaborative gene to unlock new opportunities. Accelerate research to solve scientific, health, and community challenges. Elevate Arizona's startup ecosystem to empower entrepreneurs. Strengthen talent and career pathways. Tell Arizona's bioscience success story. This isn't just a plan, it's a call to action for innovation, for opportunity, for Arizona. The next chapter of bioscience in Arizona starts now.
And I want to give a big shout out to the Flynn Foundation for not only providing that video, but for stewarding Arizona's bioscience roadmap since 2002, making it the longest running, continuously managed strategic plan to build a state bioscience sector in the whole country, if not in the whole world. Thank you, Flynn Foundation. So we have a plan. But the question is, what do we do with it? So that growth, where we all have worked together since 2002 to build this industry, and as you heard tonight, since long before that in the cases of Roche and Becton Dickinson, Medtronic and others, W.L. Gore and others in this room. But when we talk about how we're growing, that is what's so important. And so, when we look at, building a stronger and healthier Arizona, we have to be more connected. We need to work together, and we need to get results. So, as many of you know, I'm an economist by training. You don't want me in your labs. But the numbers tell such an impressive story about where we've been and where we've gone and where we're going. So when you think about, where we were in 2016, we were at $23.16 billion in economic impact. By 2023, we had gone all the way up to $43.64 billion. Think about that. Let me tell you, if you were doing that at your company, you would all be getting a big raise. But we're not stopping there. That's just a post along the way. Our goal is to double and get to $77 billion by 2033. And as you can see, with that kind of growth, we can do that. The roadmap gives us a path along the journey. It is up to all of us to choose the directions that we take on that path and take the steps forward. Because if there's a plan with no action, it's just a plan. So one of the things that we talk about in the roadmap is amplifying the collaborative gene. So at AZBio and in our community, some of the ways that we do that are at Venture Cafe every Thursday. It is going to the Arizona legislature, going to our nation's capital, having a room full of AZBio members, meeting with our elected leaders, listening to what's important to them, and sharing what's important to our bioscience community. It's participating in the Arizona Bioscience Caucus so that when our elected leaders want to learn about our industry, we can bring in the people that they want to learn from. Regent Duval, we talked about tech transfer and accelerating research into practice. I love students. I love researchers. I want treatments and cures. If there is not that interconnectedness between our industry and our academic researchers and our early stage companies, we will not achieve our economic goals, and more importantly, the patients that are waiting for us to get the job done may not have enough time to wait. So it becomes extremely important that we look at not just the plan, but the very tactical things that are involved in accelerating that process, in working with our educators to make sure that they have a roadmap of what our workers need to know. It's critically important that we bring together, and as we do at AZBio, where all of the major universities are part of the AZBio leadership team, along with our industry leaders, along with our entrepreneurs, bringing everyone together to make sure that those conversations are happening and that action is being taken. Equally important is there are things that we can do to make it easier for this to happen by harmonizing our terms and conditions for tech transfer at our universities, by ensuring that we have the appropriate funding going into our labs, whether we get it from the federal government, whether we get it from the community, or importantly, by protecting TRIF to make sure that that resource is still there. Those are the things that are in AZBio's action plan. And I invite all of you to get involved and get engaged in making that happen, because it is not something that AZBio or even AZBio members can do alone. It can only happen when we all work together. But I'm sorry, things that get discovered in labs and don't move out of the labs to help people, that's not acceptable. We have an opportunity in Arizona to lead, to do things in a better way, so that patients don't have to wait as long. We also have to elevate our startup ecosystem. That's Precision Epigenomics team on the screen. We actually had a AZBio photo contest. You're going to see some pictures from different companies because they sent their pictures to me with rights to use them, and you're going to see them popping up all year. But equally important, we have to tell their stories. So every Sunday night, I write in the loop. And I post those stories on the AZBio website, and then I send them out to you. And since you're in this room, that means you're on the list and you get that email every Monday morning. And if I'm going to spend my Sunday night writing it, I expect you to take a few minutes on Monday morning to at least scan down it and see if there's something you want to read. Because the more we know about each other, the better off we are in building those points of collaboration. The more we know about the cool advancements that are going on in the state, the better that we can talk to investors. Because I've got news for you. One of the reasons we're not seeing more innovation coming out of Arizona, we have lots of research. We have amazing hospitals. But if you don't have the early stage funding that helps that idea go through the product development process to actually become a product, it's not going to go anywhere. And so that is why we worked with the state of Arizona, we worked with the governor's office, and now with the state treasurer, and we're developing the Arizona Health Innovation Trust Fund. Just as TRIF was that catalyst that has spurred our university research enterprise, the goal of the Arizona Health Innovation Trust Fund is to become a permanent endowment that will fund early stage innovation, moving it out of the university and into the workplace forever. Think about that. And it will get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And we won't be losing companies to other states who wave buckets of cash. But equally important, we're investing in the future of Arizona. Because if we do not invest, we do not grow. As a state, as companies, or quite frankly, as people. So those are the things, when we talk about elevating that startup ecosystem, those are the things that matter. If you are able to invest, you should be investing. If you are able to donate, and God, I got news for you, everybody can donate. You don't have to be an accredited donator. Go to azadvances.org, make a donation so that we have more money to invest in the companies, to do the internships, to work with the entrepreneurs, so that we can not only elevate them, but support them so that they keep going up. Strengthening career pathways. Kim, the work that you're doing is just absolutely fabulous. The work that I see at our universities, at our community colleges, and our workforce programs are all really important. But there are things that we don't have, not just in Arizona, but nationally. Things like apprenticeships. So you may have read in the news that the federal government would like more things to be onshore to Arizona, like API manufacturing and medical device manufacturing and other things. Well, that means that we're going to have apprenticeships and workforce programs to do that. And so AZBio and the Opportunity Through Entrepreneurship Foundation, which is where AZ Advances is, are part of NIMBLE, which is a national initiative to develop our workforce. These organizations are founding organizations in the Life Science Workforce Collaborative, which is a national initiative to measure the growth of our workforce and develop what is needed for jobs. And that leadership is coming out of Arizona, and we will be calling on Arizona companies to work with us on those individual development plans for that. The first one is going to be API manufacturing, which means that I have an Arizona native who's an old friend, and he's been tapped to help me get that done. So those are just examples of how we work together to accomplish the things that are in the plan. And lastly, okay, we have to tell Arizona's story. You have to put on the pin. But importantly, it's not that you're wearing the pin, it's what happens when you wear the pin. People will come up to you and say, "That's cool. What is that for? Where did you get that?" And you can say, "Hi, my name is Tom, and I am part of a community where we're working to make life better for people, and my company is focused on people with diabetic neuropathy because there haven't been good treatments for them, and we now have FDA clearance on one that can really make a difference. My name is Kevin. For decades, doctors didn't have good tools to determine if a person was developing Parkinson's disease or other neurodegenerative diseases. My company has developed a test that gives physicians that power so that they can help patients. My name is Eric. If you think Parkinson's disease is a problem, try tackling Alzheimer's. The tests that we have are so invasive, they're so difficult. But now we have a team that we're working with that is developing a blood test that will allow patients to get that information earlier so that they can do what needs to be done. Those are just examples of why you wear the pin. So you can tell that story. Because guess what, guys? I can't tell everybody's story. We have to do it together. So when you have news, absolutely send me your press releases and I will put them on AZBio. Did you know that the Arizona Bioindustry website now has over 4,000 of your stories on that website? And if you start looking for information on those AI engines that everybody's talking about, you'll find that in many cases, it's just going to source the AZBio website because it is one of the #1 sources in the Southwest United States for what's happening in the biosciences. So get your news to me, we'll get it out, but you've got to help tell the story. Because if I can talk to 10 people in a week, imagine with the 500 people in this room, how many people we can start spreading the word to. So I hope that you will join us on this journey for the next generation, this third iteration of Arizona's roadmap. But more importantly, join on the journey of success for each of your organizations. The way that we can work together, if you take that roadmap and you apply it to your company, it still works. I've been applying it to AZBio for the last 15 years. So I encourage you to join us on the journey. I encourage you to keep innovating because patients are waiting for you to get it done. Keep educating our students. Students, keep learning. But most importantly, we need to keep working together because when we do, we can accomplish just about anything. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, and with that, we've got a little bit of housekeeping to do, and I am 2 minutes away from sending you to dinner. All right, so first of all, I want to thank all of our video contributors tonight. Weren't they fabulous videos that told those stories? All of those videos will be available on the AZBio website, so stay tuned and I'll tell you how to get to them. You may not have been able to really see the awards, but all of our award winners will be receiving digital copies of their awards that have been licensed for their use, so they can put them on their websites and use them to tell their stories too. I want to thank my friend Mark Goldstein, who has been the official historian and photographer for AZBio for now over 16 years. And Mark, we can't do this without you. Thank you so much. Mark's always so generous, so those of you that want to come up and take group pictures on stage with your friends and your guests afterwards, Mark will do that when we all head over to dinner. It's a great way to beat the line, too. All right, our sponsors. Let me tell you, these things do not happen without the support of our sponsors, and equally important, AZBio does not exist without the support of our sponsors. So I want to thank all of our sponsors. The sponsor reel was rolling when you came in. It will be rolling when you go out. Our sponsors also have sponsor on their name tags. Thank a sponsor. We do. To our KCA team, to our AZBio ambassadors, to our board of directors, to everyone that makes what we do possible, thank you. And to our community, from the patients that we serve, to the educators that teach, to the innovators that create, thank you. We are making more than an impact. We are making a difference. And with that, welcome to the AZBio Week. Welcome to the AZBio Awards. Dinner is served. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.